How does this thing work? Hey Emerald, how you doing, Emerald? I'm trying to make it fit in the screen, but I can't find the tools for it because I want people to read what is written. So please give me a moment. I'm trying to figure this out. Effect stickers, what's this? No. Let's say I'm gonna start 15:30 p.m. Amsterdam time. That's about 12 minutes. Give me 12 minutes so that I can figure this nonsense out. It's difficult. Check environment. Okay, continue live. Board. Yeah. Why didn't I see this one? Okay, this one is better, I think. Okay, people give me till 15:30, then I will be here. I'm just gonna play music. I have to do a few things. And at 15:30, I'm going to start talking about what is written in the topic. You can read it. You can read the time when I'm going live. It's this week, today, Monday, and on Friday. On Friday, I will be back with another discussion. But right now, I want to talk about what is written over here. So give me about, right now, exactly 10 minutes, and I'll be back. Um, okay, let's see. Let me check it out. Emerald, welcome. Thank you for being here. Let's see. Oh, I see a lot of different people. Aboriginal, welcome for being. Paul Outer, welcome. Who's this one? I see a police officer, Dutch police officer, whatever, welcome. No Smoke, welcome. Chimpata, welcome. Celine, welcome. Sportive Man, welcome. Sasik, welcome. Jakam, welcome. DJ Gekkie, welcome. And everyone that came in, welcome. So, need to talk about this. We need to talk about this. This is actually stuff that the Suriname people don't dare to talk about with their authorities. They don't dare to mention this. Not gonna take long. It's going to be a short live because I don't have the time to sit here talking for hours and with no results. I'm a guy that demands results, you know, within a short time, because we don't need 10 years to get results. I'm in a hurry. I'm in a hurry because this has taken too long. More than 5 decades, people are talking about rights or whatever, but no results, then only symbols and yeah, just air. So I thought, look, all of these people who think that they can speak for us are all people who are from the academic, you know, this university. They are academics or whatever you call it. They are professors. They are doctors. They are lawyers. But they are screwing up. And you should expect from these people that they should come with some professional results. That the people, how do you say that? Get their justice. But don't do that. While they have been screwing up for 5 decades, they put people in a, actually collectively in some kind of problem. I thought we really had some smart people, those academics, you know. Yeah, they are smart for their own pockets. And I'm gonna put an end to that, you know. Right now I'm gonna drink my coffee. I'm gonna try to invite more people. But it's not about the numbers. I don't care about the numbers. This is what I need to explain. Maybe some people in the background are listening. But those who are here, listen very carefully what we are going to discuss over here. Because this is some stuff that will change, over a while, everything. It will change everything. Those who have been stealing from us, those who have secret agreements against us, because we are, how do you say that? We inherit that part of the world called Suriname. Belongs to us. We the city Negroes, the indigenous, autochthone, original Surinamers, Americans, you know, from big America, because all of these continents belong to us, you know. Before the European came, all of these continents you call today South, North, Central, and the Caribbean islands were doing trade with each other. You know, they knew each other. They knew from each other. They knew also about the other side of the world. But they never interfered with the other side of the world, because they know what kind of problems these people have for hundreds of years. So we kept ourselves quiet, our ancestors. But then the Africans brought the Europeans, to the Americas. And now we're living in the mess that the Europeans, the Africans, and the rest of the world have given us. They dropped themselves on top of us. They are trying to teach people, yeah, that those continents, they were empty. The native migrated over there. So when the native migrated over there, it was empty. That's a lie. That's a lie. I'm an original, autochthone, indigenous American. And I call all of these continents, North, South, Central, together with the Caribbean, I call it Big America. Like it or not, I don't care. Because this is big, it concerns us all. So, I'm gonna talk about only my country today. Let me invite the rest. Oh, Emerald, you're the only one over here, but it doesn't matter. It's a good thing. How does this thing work? Oh, wait a minute. You have, here, here. Let's see. Here. Try to invite people. Normally you can hold the host's style and then the list of viewers or followers pops up, but with this one it doesn't do it. Let me take the other phone. One moment. This is not going to be a long live. It's going very fast through the questions that I have that is written in the topic. And then I'm going to, first I'm going to make you listen to something. It's in Suriname, it's in Dutch, but I'm going to translate it for you people. Word by word. One moment. Okay. The people think that by trying to block my accounts, my other accounts that I work with, that I'm silenced. No. That's not what is happening. I'm strategic, you know. I know what I'm doing. I've been planning this for so long. So I don't care about people. I don't care about these people who constantly report my accounts. They think they silence me. No, you don't silence me, because this is just for the people that they can hear me speaking what I'm planning. I'm not giving you all the planning, but a little bit of it so that you can go do your own stuff. And I always said, what I do first for myself. And when the results are perfect, if it's okay, if it's positive, I implement those same results for my people. Only my people. Only my people. So this is a lesson. This is a lesson. This is something that not many people can do. It's just a handful of people can do this. I don't care. I don't care about the law, because the law doesn't care about me and my rights. You know? So let me try to invite people. One moment. Where am I? Here. Okay. Ah, here it works. Okay, cool. Here. She's alive. This one. This one. I'm going to tell the world the situation of Suriname. You're going to hear the situation of Suriname. I'm going to play a recording that is spoken in Dutch and a little bit of Suriname, but I'm going to translate it into English. Because it's very important. It will show you the situation, how they are playing us. So give me a moment. I'm going to try to invite more people. This is a short live. I'm not going to talk long. It's just to tell people about what I have written. I'm gonna play a soundbite spoken in Suriname and Dutch. I'm gonna translate it, and that is going to be it. Because I want to see fast results for Suriname, for myself especially, and for my people. So I'm doing things that most of my people don't dare to do. It might be that the live this one is going to be blocked because people are in their feelings, you know? And I don't care about the people, their feelings. If they don't like it, it's just the truth. And you have to deal with it. Because I'm done with all of these lies, all of this undermining. So I'm gonna start. Give me 2 minutes, then I'm gonna start. I'm gonna start first with the soundbite, translating it into English. But let me drink my coffee first. Okay. Well, let me first explain what it's written. My name is King Vincent Panka. I was born in Suriname, Paramaribo. I'm indigenous to South America, Big America. My ancestors are original to the land itself. My ancestors didn't come from Africa on boats. My ancestors didn't harm anyone who came from the boats. Those who harmed these people who came from the boat are the West Africans, the Ghanaians, Ashantene Kwakudua, that's a king, a Ghanaian king. He was under contract with the Dutch government. Those two, the Ashantene Kwakudua, that's a Ashanti king from Ghana, that part of the world, and the Dutch government have a contract. If you Google Golden Pipe, where was it? Leiden. Yeah, Leiden. Museum Leiden. You will find in the pictures a golden pipe. Go read the story. That's the contract. The golden pipe is the contract between the Dutch government and the Ghanaian king Ashantene Kwaku Dua. So that contract was an agreement that the Ghanaians, Ashantene Kwaku Dua, was renting mercenaries to the Dutch. First brought them to Indonesia and they brought them to Suriname also. To control my people, to replace my people, to intimidate my people, and that behavior is still going on thanks to the Aukans, the Aukaners we call them. Those are from West Africa. Right now, we have a guy named Ronnie Brunswijk, a Ghanaian delegation, royal delegation I've heard, went to Suriname to crown this guy. To crown this guy to be king of all of the black people from Suriname in Suriname. And that's wrong. Because that's an African ritual and I'm not African. My ancestors are not African. So how is it so that Ghanaians put it in their mind to come to my land, my country, Suriname, to crown one of their people, that the descendants of their people, to be king of our people? That's a takeover. That's a hostile takeover. But the people don't see it. They agree that they are all from Africa. My ancestors are not from Africa. Let it be clear. And not to forget, the Dutch brought in the Chinese, 1853. 1873, the Hindustani. 1930, the Javanese people. Between 1930 and 1873, the, how do you call them? Native inheemse start to appear. They were put on the coat of arms. If you take the oldest one, I will show you that later, the oldest coat of arms, is showing two Negroes, but that's from 1600, something like that. If you take the coat of arms of today, you see two white boys. That's whitewashing, erasure. We call it also paper genocide. Something that you can go Google. Give me a moment. So, those natives were living with these descendants of Africans in the forest, the Aucanas. These two are imposters. What is this? Oh, okay, cool. Got my package that I was waiting for. That's good. Okay. Yeah, these two were living with each other, and they know that they are, well, the native, the inheemse, that group knows that they are not original to the land. But because they were living together and they both are migrants, now they are working with each other against us, who are the rightful owners of the land. Most people don't know this, but we know. Our ancestors gave us from generation to generation to their own kids, their grandkids, the information that we are Ingi, Indians. That means we are original to the land, not from the boat. That's what they have taught us. And not every Suriname brown person, because they are most of the time or African or their family members, didn't want to give that to the next generation because they love everybody except themselves. Some of these people in my country, they don't know. They forgot. They didn't want to teach their babies that some of their ancestors told them, we are Ingi. That means original to the land. They didn't want to do that because they accepted the status quo like they are doing today, that they are calling themselves all Africans. Well, most of them are not. So, if you do that, you violate people their rights. These Maroons came out of the forest telling us, yeah, your babies of people that were raped, you were low lives, you were working, and we were free. Okay, and now we're gonna start. I'm gonna read it for you. English. Why does the Suriname government pay Maroon captains, Gramangs, every month money? Every month, the Gramang, the captain of the villages in the forest in the Amazon of the Maroon people, they are paying them every month. But I'm going to tell you something about these people that are living in the forest, the Maroon people in Suriname. Caribbean people, if you're here, you can learn something. Listen. Why do I find it strange that they are being paid by the Suriname government every month? Yes, you can consider them as part of society, but these people are living in the forest. You know? They have always lived in the forest. There was no development over there. I don't know about today. But the captain of the villages has been paid for decades every month. And now comes the trick. These people, their ancestors, signed a contract with the colonizer itself, the Dutch, to be free. So they were not enslaved when they were living in the forest, because those two were fighting each other in some way, long story. And they agreed, we're not gonna fight each other anymore. Let's sign a contract that those in the forest, in the Amazon, are free people, but those who try to join them from the plantations in the forest, the Amazon, the Maroon people have to bring them back. And for each person that the Maroons brought back to the Dutch colonizer, they got paid 70 guilders. 70 guilders per person. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. That's why I asked this question. How is it so that the Suriname government is paying these Maroons. That's not logic. They are free people. In fact, the transatlantic slave trade is over. And since you're free people, thanks to that contract, the treason contract, Maroons are traitors. They are traitors, not heroes. Traitors. Let that be clear, Suriname people. Maroon people are traitors. They betrayed the people on the plantation because they agreed to bring everyone back who tried to join them in the forest, in the Amazon, back to the colonizer, the Dutch. Who's this? Don't have time. Go away. Yeah. So they are traitors. It's just as simple as that. Suriname people don't dare to talk about it, but I'm talking about it because I'm building a case for myself and for my people. You understand? So, okay. I'm gonna play a soundbite for you. This is a soundbite about an interview that has been a while ago at a well-known reporter in Suriname, Limbo. And one of these Maroon people insulted Limbo. He told Limbo that his ancestors didn't dare to run away to fight. They stick around with the colonizer because they were living comfortable. Yes, some of us were living comfortable, our ancestors, because they weren't enslaved. They weren't Africans. And these Maroon people, they say that because they want to take over the country. You know that in the 80s or 90s it was, we beat them and they had to flee over the borders of French Guyana because of what their leader did, tried to overthrow the democratic chosen government of Delano Desiree Bouterse, who is not here anymore, but that's a brother, that's an indigenous brother that is not here anymore. He beat them and they had to flee over the border because the Dutch government paid pew pew for Ronnie Brunswijk and his people, the Jungle Commando, to overthrow a democratic chosen government of Suriname of Delano Desiree Bouterse. So Ronnie Brunswijk is that type of people from Africa, those mercenaries, their descendants. So I'm gonna play it for you. One moment. A guy is explaining why he's against what the Maroon guy, the Aukaner, the Aukan, said to Limbo. Limbo is a city Negro, you know, and maybe it's a little bit mixed, but whatever. Limbo is actually one of our people, indigenous, autochthone, an Ingi, an original of Suriname. The land belongs to us, not to the Hindustani, not to the Javanese, not to the native, the Inheemse, and not to the Jukas, the Maroon people. Those are Africans. All of them that I mentioned are migrants that were brought by the colonizer, the Dutch colonizer. They were brought by them. We never signed contracts with them. They signed a contract with the colonizers and those days are over. Anyway, let me play the soundbite. I'm gonna play it. I'm going to... Oh, one moment. The sound. Need to get out of here. Yeah. I was in the live. I had to leave the live. Yeah. Listen to what this brother is saying. I'm going to translate it into English. It's in Dutch. It's in Suriname. But if you hear that someone really is speaking. Here we go.
Letterlijk staat Trap Jaimo Soruno. Dankzij het verdrag werden de Aukaners als Februari Brangasa. Mereakhir iba tapon to di samsa ini bakan na tori and met name.
He's saying, I'm going to react about something that happened in Bakana Tori. That's a radio station in Suriname. You can find them also on YouTube. And he doesn't agree with it. Okay, one Maroon guy said something to Limbo. That's the radio commentator of Bakanak Tori. And this brother that is speaking doesn't agree with it. Okay, he's saying, he's asking us to go read the peace agreement of what year? Let's listen.
1960.
One moment. Let me see. Well, it's a particular year. I will drop this video also on my account again so that you can listen what year he's calling.
Wat je bij de tekenen van het vredestraktaat kunnen zeggen dat het verraad is gepleegd.
By signing those contracts, those peace contracts, it's treason. It's treason to the city Negroes who were still in the city itself with the colonizer who were abusing them.
Maar waar gaat het om? En vooral de toppers voor ABOP en met name de AC voor de toppers voor ABOP, de man lobby.
Okay, ABOP, ABOP. That's a Suriname political party of Ronnie Brunswijk, the Aukaners. And these are the people who are causing a lot of problems, who are the ones that tried to overthrow a democratic chosen government in the 80s. But people are forgetting about that. People are forgetting about that because he's right now in the government, because he holds Suriname in a chokehold. Ronnie Brunswijk is holding Suriname in a chokehold and he's working for the Dutch government. Okay, he's saying that the Aukaners are saying that city Negroes didn't dare to run away, but the Aukaners signed a contract with the Dutch colonizer. And in that contract, they agreed that everyone that tried to join the Maroon people in the Amazon forest, the Maroon people have to bring back to the colonizers. So you can't run. You can't run to join people who you think that are your people or your friends or whatever. You know? And that's another story also, because some of them have a name of tribes of our ancestors that they erased. So they brought these Africans into Suriname and gave them those titles, those names. But that's happening all over the world. But we are waking up out of this nonsense, and it's got to stop. And I'm going to stop it, trust me.
Is minder waar. Omdat de vredestraktaten de Hollanders bepaal, sabi mo sa onderteken.
Okay, he's saying the Dutch government, the Dutch colonizers, are the ones that are dictating what should happen and what is written in the contracts. Okay, this Maroon guy is telling Limbo, the radio station commentator, that his ancestors were too scared to run away. Again, they signed a treason contract with the colonizer and agree that everyone that tried to join the Maroons in the forest, the Maroon have to bring them back. That's the truth. That's the truth. Okay, these Aukaners are saying that the Fotonegres, the city Negroes, were too scared. Again, I'm repeating it. I have to repeat it because he's repeating it. They were too scared. They were cowards, they are saying. But the cowards are the Maroon people. They are the real cowards. And they are migrants working for the Dutch government, for the colonizer. And the Aukaners, the Maroon people, are saying, yeah, thanks to us, the transatlantic slave trade ended. That they motivated to end it. But they are cowards from Africa. They didn't motivate anything. They betrayed those on the plantations itself. They brought them back to the colonizer. That's who these Maroon people are. They are traitors, cowards. Okay, he's saying that the contracts, the peace contract between the Maroon and the Dutch government, you can find them on Wikipedia. Well, if you Google contracts between Maroons and Dutch government, you will find it. Google, be creative, you know. And that's why I wrote this down. I'm going to drop this video that you were listening to. I'm going to drop it on my account again. You can scroll it. Maybe you can find it somewhere in the far, far past. But I'm going to drop it today again so that you can go listen to it, what he's saying. He's speaking in Suriname. Let someone from Suriname translate it for you if you don't understand Suriname. you know, and sometimes a little bit of Dutch. Okay, then coming to what is written in the topic itself, that has to do with this guy, this brother, was explaining that I was translating to you. When you sign a peace treaty with the Dutch colonizer, you the Maroon, and you agree in that same contract that anyone that tries to join you in the forest, in the Amazon forest, you have to bring them back and you get 70 guilders per person that you bring back. That's a lot of money. And that's treason to those people that were left behind, that were trying to escape. You know, not my ancestors. My ancestors weren't enslaved. Because before the Dutch colonizer came, the British and the French, there was already civilization over there. Also something that they don't teach you. Also information that you need to go dig and find out for yourself if you're interested. I'm not sharing anymore. That's what I did a year ago. I don't do that anymore. Because we're dealing with Maroon people who are very hostile, always intimidate, always threaten us. Those days are over. Because I'm trying to separate my people from them. If my people want to stay over there being African, good luck with that. But where we are going to get our rights internationally. And where you're at right now among these African people and that multiculti, diversity, inclusive people with all of these ethnicities, you as a, how do you say that, indigenous person that think that you're from Africa, you have no rights over there. With me, you're gonna get your rights. I'm not asking you to come. It's your choice. It's your choice. If you don't want to listen, stick with what you believe in. You know, until you start to see, and then it's too late. So, that's what I wanted to say. I think I said enough. I think it's long enough. I think I'm here almost half an hour. I would recommend you to go do your own research. Go dig. You see this? This topic is right now on my account. Use the words to go dig and finding out for yourself. We don't care. No other ethnicity is speaking for us. We are not down with biracials who are trying to speak for us, but include everyone else in what we are trying to achieve. They are with that multicultural thing. We are not multicultural. We are not diversity. We are not inclusive. This is a law case. And we have to exclude everyone else. Because the situation is bad and dangerous for our children in the future. That's why we exclude everyone. No one should speak for us. If you come with some kind of plan, calling yourself indigenous, but you are with all of these people, all of these ethnicities from Suriname, the Javanese, the Indonesians, the Hindustani, the native, you know, the inheemse, you're going to lose. You're going to lose because you have to go to the foundation where it went wrong. And when you're there, you will see you can't include all of these cultures into this case because that's what they have been doing for 5 decades. That's why the Hindustani could steal that 3.5 billion guilders, drop it in India, that money that the Dutch gave for development, drop it in India, 3.5 billion guilders, starting from 75 and till I think 90s, and financing their people, the Hindustani people in Suriname. But the rest didn't get anything. Maybe the Javanese people got some. But my people didn't get anything. Even the Maroons didn't get anything. Now today, with the Haitians, they are in all of these major contracts like oil and gas. They are digging up gold, destroying the forest, the Maroon people. These things have to be said. Because it's a crime what is happening over there. And because of that crime, that, how do you say that? We call it laconique from the people itself. Accepting all of these crimes, don't dare to speak because they are being threatened, intimidated by Maroon people, especially the Aukaners. You're harming us also over here in Nederland in our rights. because Suriname is the representative of the people over here in Nederland. But no one ever spoke about that like I'm speaking of right now. And that nonsense has to stop. Because right now, you're violating our rights. And you're just a small amount of people. In the whole region, it's more than 190 million of us. And you have a big mouth. And you think that this is going to stay like it is right now? It ain't going to stay like that. Because you crossed the line. And you have to be judged for what you have done against the indigenous people. We don't do mix up over here. We don't work with the Hindustani people like the Maroon people have been doing for the last 5 years, as I see. And actually longer. It's thanks to them, Chandrika Prasad Santokhi, Krishna Mathura, Albert Ramdin came into power from 2020 to 2024. We didn't know that it would be that bad. It's thanks to the Maroon people, Aukaners, who are working for the Dutch government against us because the Dutch government know about us. But everything they wrote in their so-called historical letters are a lie. They wrote it in a way that they can feel comfortable anytime, demonizing our ancestors on their own soil that they colonized, occupied, together with all of these foreigners, the Hindustani, Javanese, Chinese. Look what the Chinese are doing right now in Suriname, poisoning the land, the waters. Fish are floating in the water. This nonsense needs to stop. Thanks to the Aukaners, especially Ronnie Brunswijk. Because he's backed up by the Dutch government. He acts like he can't travel outside of Suriname. Because, yeah, why would you travel outside of Suriname? It's a beautiful country. The guy is is on Interpol, its list, because of bank robbery in French Guyana. But everybody's working with him. Isn't that weird? All of them. So, this live was about speaking about what is going on. Why are these Gramangs, the captains of the Maroons in the villages in the forest, why are they being paid till today? And this has been going on for decades. They signed a peace agreement. They have nothing to do. They never built anything, these people. They never built anything in Suriname. But they are being paid for what? For just sticking around? Since they signed that contract and they know about this contract, talking down on our people, and they thought no one would speak about this and do something about this, everything should be okay. Because I really think that 3/4 of the land of Suriname belongs to them. These people are crazy. You sign a contract for peace. Transatlantic slave trade is over. It's time to go home. Thanks to that contract, it's time to go home. Same goes for the Asian contract workers, the Chinese, the Hindustani, the Javanese. In that contract of theirs is written when that contract expired, they have to go home back into Asia, where their ancestors originated, where they came from. That was the agreement between their ancestors and the colonizer. But they stick around. And now they own everything in Suriname because they have been undermining my people. They came into something that they didn't know about. They sticked around because where they were from, they were the lowlifes in Asia or in Africa. And now we have to speak up against all of these people. We, the descendants of those people who were undermined by all of these ethnicities. People are telling me, yeah, they are living there for decades, for almost 100 years or maybe 150 years. so they have right to stay there. No. Because we didn't sign a contract with them. We didn't call them up to come over there. My ancestors didn't call them up. My ancestors were being used by the Dutch colonizer. They brought them over there. They signed a contract with them in Asia, or with Ashanti and Kwakudua in Africa. Not with our ancestors. Our ancestors didn't hurt anyone. Didn't do anything to anyone. But these Maroon people today came out of the forest. Now they have a big mouth because they are digging up gold. They are building houses over there with the money that they earn with the gold. Because the Hindustani people use them as a buffer between the Hindustani and us. So that we can't go straight to the Hindustani people. That's what the Hindustani people think. But we're going to deal with them in a way that they never ever experienced before in life. All of these people who act, yeah, we have to do something for Suriname or whatever. Like, I saw, what I see the last few days, Molukkers, those traitors from Indonesia that betrayed Indonesia, right now put it in their mind to interfere in Suriname business. I don't care if you are half Molukker, half Surinamese, but you're not gonna bring in that whole people, that whole collective of Molukkers in Nederland to Suriname because they have nothing to do with Suriname. They should go home to Indonesia and say to Indonesia, sorry for what our ancestors have done. Those days are over. We want to come home. Some of these Molukkers are saying today that they are native people from Suriname. And actually from the islands also. Because they have no land. The Dutch promised them some land in Indonesia, but they didn't get it because the Dutch lost the war against the Indonesians. And now they are stuck over here in Nederland. And now they think, hey, these Suriname people are sleeping. We can take over Suriname. Molukkers. You really think that I don't see that? Same goes for the Haitians. Right now we are paying for what France should pay to the Haitians. For what the French has done to the Haitian people. Suriname is paying for them. And everybody turns a blind eye. I'm paying for it with my rights. And this nonsense needs to stop. When these words are out very soon, people are going to feel uncomfortable because the words that we speak become reality. Those type of people we are. We are spiritual people, you know. Everything that we say becomes reality. You might not believe it. You might not be spiritual. The Africans don't have that power. The Haitians even don't have that power. The Maroon people don't have that power. It's us. So very soon, we as Suriname people, indigenous Suriname people, autochthone Suriname people, original Suriname people, not the biracial ones, if they have the wrong mindset, we become visible. And when we are visible, when we show that we are visible to the rest of the world, to the Suriname government or the people in Suriname or here in Nederland, in Europe, the whole ball will roll like a snowball from a mountain. Because we have the right to fight for our rights that everybody ignores, that everybody disrespects. Because we have to create a safe world for our children. We're not going to let you do the same to our children. The same energy that you have been giving us, you're going to get that back because the Ruach HaKodesh is walking on this planet and he's going to deal with you all. I know what I can do. I know what I should do. What most of these goofies from the university, those doctors, professors, lawyers didn't dare to do, but open up their hand for money for themselves. Who say that they represent the people. The only thing that they give is symbols and some blow up air. We put an end to that. I will put an end to that. You know the story about David and Goliath? I'm David and you all are Goliath. I'm not scared. I have been studying this for a while, waiting for the moment when the rightful moment is there, when I have all the information that I can use to show you all what is going on. Most of you won't see it actually. Most of you won't see it. What is going to be presented to the rest of the world, United Nations, all of these people who undermined us, all of these countries who undermined us on our own soil, on our own continents, on our own islands. But you will see the changes. You will start to feel uncomfortable because you don't respect our rights. We don't need to respect those who don't respect our rights. So people, that's all. Thank you very much. Not many people. I'm gonna drop this video on my YouTube account. You can go listen to what I said, every word that I said, and everything that I said will become reality. Thank you very much. I wish you all a beautiful day. Until then.